Hare Krishna. Paramatma is he has you can just imagine like four-handed form, that is Paramatma form with Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. He's holding, see, this is the lotus which he is holding. He is holding a conch shell. He is holding his chakra, right? His club. That is the Paramatma position. He stands like this in your heart. He's always there, present with in our body, Paramatma and Atma. Two things are always there. Okay, so with that only we get Chetana, and that's why if you see somebody who is dead, something is missing, but apart from that, entire body is intact. Nothing is like everything is the eyes, hands, legs, but still something is missing. That's why is the you can just imagine a doll without Atma, without Paramatma. The body is like a doll. It can't do any activity. It is just a toy. It can't do anything. Yes, you all are able to hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes.
you.
So Paramatma form is like what all is Paramatma holding? Can anybody tell me?
A lotus and a chakra,
Yes.
and what do you call that?
Shankha, that is the chakra, okay? The conch shell, the Shankha, which Krishna
Yeah.
always blows it. Yes. Very nice. Padma is the lotus flower. Okay. Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. He's always holding this and he's standing. Okay. He's standing in your heart, always standing. So this is Paramatma residing in every species. Not that is not only the human. Oh, Paramatma is there. He is there in every living entity or every whichever life you can imagine, like any animal, anything that Paramatma is residing in, that Atma is there and Paramatma is also there. And the third realization is the Bhagwan form, the beautiful form of the Lord, right? He also has a personal form. He always holds a flute and always has peacock feather on his crown, right? So that is and beautiful smile. And the Krishna, the color of the complexion of the Lord is like the freshly formed cloud. Okay, so these are the three realization. Many of them, they just worship, they just want to know the they just think about the light form of the Lord, that is Brahma Jyoti, which they always think that is the impersonal realization of the Lord, because they don't have personal connection with the Lord, right? They're just worshipping the light, right? That light is coming from Krishna, but the power, Krishna is more powerful, no? Just the light, you can't, many of them worship that, and worshipping that is little difficult, right? Definitely. And the personal form, worshipping that is, the personal form is really very easy. That's why in temple and all, the deities are there that you can imagine, that is the personal form of the Lord, where we can have reciprocation. Uh, we can just go to temple, we can talk to the deities. There is no difference between the deities and Krishna, okay? Because Krishna is definitely present there in all the temples. If you see, there is the vigraha which is there, that is Krishna's vigraha only. That is the image of the Lord, okay? And the Paramatma, you all know, that is four-handed form, okay? These are the three stage of God realization. Who is going to tell me the three stages of God realization? Anybody?
Brahman,
Very nice.
Paramatma, and Bhagwan.
Very good. These are the three realization. And Brahman is the impersonal, they worship impersonal Bhagwan, okay? So that is just the power which is there of Krishna. That is also Krishna's power only, but they are doing it impersonally, they are not doing it personally, okay? So how can you say who is Bhagwan? Bhagwan means who has everything full, in full, okay? So Krishna has all these opulences, that in full, okay? Many of them, we can say certain person, if you see, some person is very rich, some person is very famous, and someone is very beautiful, someone is very smart, very intelligent, and very renounced, like a yogi. He's like a yogi, and someone has lot of knowledge, and someone you can see that they can lift anything, they are very powerful. But can you see everything in particular one person? Can you see everything in everything, all of these qualities in one person?
No.
It's not possible. It is not possible only. That only Bhagwan can have. So you can consider, you can understand who is Bhagwan. Bhagwan has all these opulences. How many opulences are there?
6.
6 opulences. But apart from there are some other opulences also Krishna has. But this is the 6 opulences which we can think about. Okay, so Krishna has all the qualities, everything which we have also received in some portion, because we are part and parcel of the Lord. So Krishna is very, very beautiful. You all know he was attracted so much that somebody just looks at Krishna, they were just attracted, like they were hypnotized. They were feeling so happy. They just wanted to think about the Lord, like the Gopis and his friends, all the Vrindavan Vasis. They were so much attracted with Krishna that they were just thinking about Krishna all the time, right? And Krishna was so rich. You knew how many palaces Krishna had? Anybody knows? Yes? Anybody knows how many palaces Krishna must have? Just imagine, just give me a number. That's okay.
5, 10.
No.
20.
No.
Infinitely many.
How much?
120.
No.
Infinitely many.
108.
Pardon?
70.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
Anybody knows? Yeah, it could be infinite. That's right. But how many? Krishna, actually, when Krishna was here, he had, you know how many queens Krishna had?
I think. Wait. I think.
10,100.
I think he had
16,000.
Yes, very nice.
Lord Krishna, 16,000 queens.
Wow, very nice. It is 16,108 actually. So Krishna got married because what happened? Once, no, there was one of the demon. You can imagine. He was very, very irreligious, and what he did, he he kidnapped many queens, princes, almost 16,000 princes. He kidnapped. Okay, he kidnapped and he kept it in his palace, and he wanted to marry them. Yeah. But Narad Muni said, no, you can't marry now. You have to do some yajna and all. And then all the princes were praying to Krishna because Krishna was very powerful. They were praying for Krishna to come and rescue them. And Krishna came and rescued them. And after rescuing them, after killing Bhamasura, Krishna requested them that please give me address where you want to go. I'll just go and drop you. With the Satyabhama, Krishna and Satyabhama had went. Satyabhama is his third wife. So he requested them to give the place where they want to go. But he said that I'll just I'll just go and leave you in your kingdom. Safely you can go and stay there. But then they disagreed to it, and they said we want to marry you, because he was so powerful, no, because he saved them entire kingdom, which they were the princes of particular kingdom, but that kingdom was not able to protect them. Because of that, the demon had captured them, right? So they said they were, somebody is a hero in the movies and all, you feel, oh, that person is fought and he rescued somebody, so everybody is like clapping for him and appreciating him, no. Krishna is so powerful, he did so much of things and he rescued them, and they were just thinking about Krishna, so they want to marry Krishna. So they requested Krishna that please, we can't go our home now, we don't want to go there, we want to get married to you. And Krishna also, see, Krishna reciprocates, right? If you do anything for Krishna, Krishna is also going to, if you do it with your full heart, with love and affection, Krishna is going to accept it. Krishna is very, very kind. So what he did, okay, he said, okay, so what he did, he expanded himself into so many, how many princes are there? He expanded himself to that much, that many numbers, and he personally got married to each of the princes. And before they reached Dwaraka, before that only he had requested, and the palace was there developed. Okay, 16,000 he already developed immediately after he got married, and already before that he had married. 16,100 palaces were built, and 8 were his primary princes, already queens whom he had already married. Okay, so that is 16,108 princes he got married, and he developed entire full palace for them, and with all the amenities, all the everything was there for each of the each princess or each queens. Okay, so Krishna was very, very rich, and till now we are discussing about Krishna, no? So definitely he must be famous.
How many palaces he have?
He had more than 16,108. Okay,
That was the
16,108.
number of queens, right?
Yes, and he had that many palaces, but more than that, but that was there in Dwaraka. 16,108 palaces were there.
He had maybe 700,000 palaces.
So he developed 16,108 palaces, but more than that he had. Okay, so he is so famous. And you know, when do you know how he lifted Govardhan? At what age? Who knows? Yes, anybody wants to tell me? What was
6
the age?
years.
Yeah, he was almost 5 years. Okay, and he lifted. He was actually 5 to 7 years. He lifted Govardhan for how many days? You know. And he lifted with left hand, small, this pinky finger. He lifted for 7 days and 7 nights. He was almost 7 years old and so powerful. Maybe can you lift something very heavy, 2 kg, something rice or something you can lift with your finger?
No.
He lifted for
Nice.
7 days.
Yes, 7 days and 7 nights. Okay. So, and everybody there, he controlled their hunger also, because he is also called as Rishikesha, who controls everything. He controls all the bhavas, he controls all the senses. So that he's also called as Rishikesha. Okay. So he also was so powerful. He had full of knowledge. Whatever information you want, he could definitely give you immediately. And he was also renounced, right? Pronunciation. He was a perfect yogi. He is, even though he was not attached, he's practical. Okay, you can understand that way. So he was renounced. He's not attached with anything. Whatever is there, whatever karma somebody is like supposed to go through, that Krishna is not going to interfere with it. But if it is a devotee of Krishna, definitely Krishna goes and interferes and take care of his devotees. Yes, this shloka we have already completed, right, yesterday. Who wants to just give me the translation if they remember something about this? What was Arjuna saying? Yes, Kirti.
Now I'm confused about my duty. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I'm your disciple and the soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
Yes. So he's saying that I'm confused about my duty. I do not know what do I do. Being a Kshatriya, it was his duty to fight, right, and kill the opposite party. But now he is thinking that he's not seeing them as the competitors. He's not seeing them as the person with whom he has to fight. He's seeing them as their relatives. He is seeing it like that. So Krishna is going to advise Arjuna, is going to get all his doubts sorted out, cleared. So Krishna is telling, why are you worried? You don't have to worry. But Arjuna is confused and he's surrendering to the Lord, and he is becoming his shishya, is becoming his disciple. And he's saying that I am a soul surrender. Please instruct me. Please advise what is good for me. You do it clearly. Tell me what is best for me, right? So this is the shloka 2.7. Very important shloka. Please try to memorize this. Karpan. Anybody wants to chant this shloka if they are?
Mom, can I read the sloka?
Yes, please chant.
कार्पण्यदोषोपहत स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयश्चान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्.
Very nice. Anybody wants to chant? Anyone else?
Can I? Hello?
कार्पण्यदोषोपहता स्वभावा पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेतः यश्रेयशान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. So now Arjuna has become a disciple of Krishna and he's surrendering to Krishna and asking to advise. So when he's seeing the opposite party, the gurus, not their his enemies or his competitors or with whom he has to fight, he's seeing them as his own relatives. He's seeing them as their body. Having a personal connection with them. He's saying that how can I kill them? So now Krishna is saying you are not what you think you are. Arjuna is thinking that he is Arjuna and he is brother of Duryodhana and he is the student of the teacher, but he's not considering, he's thinking in that way. But Krishna is saying that you are not this body. Am I this body? We think that this is my hair, this is my eyebrow, this is my hands, mouth and legs and all. But actually, we are just not this body. We are made up of these 5 elements. Which are they? We are made up of 5 elements. Which are they? Air, earth, fire, water, sky. These are the 5 elements with which we are made up of. Okay. But apart from that, we have something very special. That is the soul through which we get Chetana. Right? The Paramatma is residing in our heart. So there is a difference between living and non-living, which we have already seen. What is the difference? Major difference which we can see?
It's living and non-living.
Yes, and
It has life.
it has life, it grows, right? It also reproduces. So many differences are there, but every time, and also it keeps on changing every day. Okay, anybody remembers that shloka we covered yesterday also? From a baby, you were born in the hospital, and after that you kept on growing, no? So every day you're growing. So which is that shloka? We just discussed later on. Okay, so you can consider the body to be your car and the driver to be your soul. Okay, he's instructing you and we are doing it. First lesson of Bhagavad Gita, that we are not this body. Okay, where is the soul situated? Who is going to tell me?
In the heart.
In the heart. Very nice. It is there. Heart. And it is like the bird in the cage. You can imagine. You just take care of the cage, like the body. You're just taking care of the body. We just have nice food. We wear nice clothes. We want to look good. We want to become healthy. We are trying to do all that. But when we are not taking care of our soul, becomes weak like this parrot, and it's not happy, it's not blissful, right? But the property of the soul is it is always blissful, and because we are forgetful, we are in this material world, that's why we forget, we don't feel happy, we feel that something we want to achieve, that's why we keep on struggling entire life, like we may become happy, that is why we keep on doing that. But it is not that only getting money or getting some goods which we want that will make you happy. Then if that was the case, then suppose you wanted something for your last birthday, did you get it?
Yes.
Yes. If you got it last year, again why do you want this year, when this year your birthday is going to come? Before that only you keep on reminding your parents that I want this gift, right? Everybody must be doing it. Yes or no?
I do it, yes.
Yes, everybody does it. No? So if you got last year, if you have got the gift, so you should have been happy and content, no? But still, we keep on asking for next birthday also because we feel that that is the happiness which we are going to get, but that is not going to stay forever. It will be only temporary. We feel something materialistic thing which we get, we are happy. It is not that. That is not the real happiness. Okay, to make our soul blissful and happy, we need to give it a good food which will make it energetic and very healthy. So the good food which is there for the soul to make it blissful and happy, that is Maha Mantra. Because we are part and parcel of the Lord, we definitely always like to be connected with the Lord, but we forget because of this material world. We are forgetful. We don't remember Krishna. That is why we are suffering. Okay. So if you give good food for the soul, it becomes happy, blissful, and it is always content. It doesn't go here and there. So you should always try to chant. Let us all chant once again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Please unmute and chant.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Very
Hare.
nice. So we are spirit soul. Okay, we are not just this body. We are spirit souls. It is also called as Jivatma. So we have to. Our body is also there, and the soul is also there. On body and soul is there. So we are spirit souls. So this is the shloka which we have to memorize. Okay, even 2.7, that is Karpanya dosha, you have to memorize. Try to remember it. Okay, we'll share the PDF also. Sorry, yesterday I didn't share the PDF, right? I'll share it today, both the PDFs. So you can memorize and also you can take the quizzes. Okay, so how you have to memorize, if you want, you can try to take it down, write it down in your notebook. I'll share the PDF now. Don't write. Okay, you can do it later on. You can try to memorize it by writing in a small notebook. You can practice it, then you can memorize it. Okay, if you keep on reading it for 4 to 5 times, no. Also, you can go through the audios on YouTube. Also, if you want, I can try to find it and send it to you. Okay? So, how you have to, this is the shloka wherein it is been saying that the body keeps on passing from the, like from small baby, it grows to a kid. Okay, and then it becomes a teenager and adult and then a senior citizen, and the body is, the soul moves from the body, right? The body becomes useless. No, when if somebody is very old and useless, he's not able to work, he's not able to lift his hand, he becomes very weak, definitely the soul goes off and the body is burnt by somebody or by their family members, or they just bury them. Okay, so this is the process which keeps on going, but the soul is never dying. It goes to another body. This cycle keeps on repeating. So
When this cycle keeps on repeating 6 times, then it goes to
it's not only 6 times that we just think that we have only 7 janmas and all. It is not right. There is infinite janmas. So many janmas we have gone through. Actually, it is being said that 84 lakh species of life are there, and so many times we must have born, reborn. Unless and until we don't go to Krishna, Golok Vrindavan, this cycle keeps on getting repeated and repeated as per your karma, what you have done, that and what desire you have, as per that you are getting the body in the next life. Okay, so this shloka everybody wants to chant. Dehi nosmin yata dehe. Yes, Jana.
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्ते धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति.
Very nice, very good. Anyone else? Okay, who can read the translation? They can read.
me.
Yes, chance.
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यते देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरा प्राप्ति धीरस्तार न मुह्यते.
Dhirastatra na muhyati. Very nice. Yes, Kashni. Very good. Yes, Kashni.
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यत देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरा प्राप्ते धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते.
So see, you can see the baby is growing, but the soul is not moving. It is just growing. The soul is not also growing, okay? Only the body is changing. And then finally, at this stage, when the body is useless, the soul moves to another body. Okay. So, who is going to read it?
Me.
Yes, yes,
Can
yes, read.
as
Krishna.
the embodied soul continually passes in this body from bodyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such change.
So the body keeps on changing, the body keeps on growing, and after that particular stage, when the body becomes old, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. After the death, the self-realized soul, because we know that the soul is going to another body, right? When the body is useless and the person is dead, the soul is not going to stay here, it will immediately go. Okay, that is going to pass through another body. This is the life cycle. Okay, like when we are kid, we keep on changing our, like when you're small, can you use the same cycle for entire life till you go to office? Can you use this?
No, ma'am.
No, right? After some time, of maybe 5 years, 6 years, you use this. Then when you grow, you want to change, right? You want a bigger one. So you go for this. And then when you go to colleges and all, 18 plus, if you want a bicycle, right? You will take this. And then when you go to office and all, you want a four-wheeler, so you keep on changing. No, similarly the body also changes. So you have 84 lakh species of life. Many of us must have read in history and all that we came from ape, but actually that is not the fact. But as per the Big Bang theory, something explosion happened and the sun has happened, because of that universe was created, is not the fact. You should read Bhagavatam, then only you will understand these all things are not right. How the creation happened, very elaborately it has been given. Right, so 84 lakh species are there. So every species was already born. Okay, it was not that it was been revolved and that's why it was be transferred from the, then if it was that case, then all the monkeys must have become human, no, by the time so many years have passed, till now they are monkeys only, right? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. So many species are there. Can you see so many? So from after 84 lakh species, it has been said a rare human form is formed. It is a very durlabh manav jeevan, very rare, because everyone is there. But they, don't you think that you are superior than all the other? We should not be proud of it, but definitely we are very rare. We are very special. No, don't you think? It is very rare. We can do all our activities. We are not dependent on anybody, right? In that case, because if you see animals and all, they are so dependent. They need something to do their activities, right? They are so fearful also. If you see the street dogs, cats and all, if you go try to, even the birds for that matter, if you go and stand near them, will they stay there? They'll just go away from there. They'll feel that you're going to hit them or you want to hurt them. They are very fearful. So always having that fear. But the human form is not like that. They are dependent. They are not that dependent like others. So, and we also have our mind, which is very powerful, which we can use it in a right way. So our form, and we can do bhakti. We know how we can get liberation, how we can go back to Krishna. This makes us more special. So we should take care. We have to utilize it to the fullest. When you have something, and when you know that is the rare thing which you have, will you utilize? Will you use it and finish it off? You take care of things, no? Right? Suppose you have some your parent has given you some pocket money. Okay, and you have to take care for entire month. Will you just go and spend it in a day? That is not the logical thing. No, nobody would do it. You will rarely take care of it, and very smartly you will utilize that money. Similarly, you should also take care of your life, which is there in rare human form. It is not that we should just eat, sleep, and enjoy. That is not the purpose of our life. Okay, you should know from where you have come. What is your purpose of life? What you have to achieve? It is not only just to be around doing certain things which are there. Okay, if you don't do it, what happens? No, you keep on getting lives after death. After your body is like useless, it becomes very weak, it is not able to do any activity. The soul moves from the body to another body. Okay, if you are doing something which is not good as per the karmic cycle, which is not right, you go to the lower species of life. You may become some lower species of animals, small insects or something like that. So many species are there. From that, anything you may become. Okay, this is the cycle, life cycle. So you know, after this is the life cycle which keeps on repeating. Okay, matra sparshasthu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkada agamapayino anityas tamsi tikshasa bharata. Anybody wants to read the translation?
Me.
Yes, please stand. Please read.
O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons.
Yes. So you can understand Krishna is saying that it is non-permanent. It keeps on happening. Sometimes you are very, very happy. Will that situation stay forever till to entire life? No, right? It will be situation. It is going to be there. And sometimes happiness is there. Sometimes you feel very distressed, sad. This keeps on repeating like the climate. Will the summer season stay forever? Will the winter season stay forever? It keeps on changing, no? Similarly, the situation keeps on changing. You don't have to get disappointed with it. So Krishna is telling Partha, the son of Kunti, who is Arjuna, son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and the disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer season. Okay, so you can understand that in that way, that sometimes we are sad, sometimes we are happy, and sometimes it is autumn, sometimes it is winter. It is like situational, it keeps on changing. So you don't have to get worried about it. Oh, I'm sad, I'm never going to be happy. No, it keeps on changing like the climate. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavitva na bhuyah ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Who is going to read this or chant it?
Ma'am, may I?
Please chant.
No, ma'am, the translation.
Yes, read the translation.
For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing.
Yes.
Sat Chit Ananda, eternal, full of knowledge, bliss.
Yes. So the soul property is Satchitanand. Satchitanand, it is eternal. It was always there. It will be there, and it is always going to stay there. Okay. The soul is not going to die. It is always there and full of knowledge. Full of knowledge. It has full of knowledge, and it is blissful. Always happy. Okay. So the soul has these properties, and there is no birth for the soul. Only for the body you can imagine that is my birthday and this is my death anniversary or something like that we may think. But for the soul, there is neither birth nor death. When we are born, we know that is permanent. It is going to happen. But the soul was always there. So there is no birth for the soul nor death for the soul at any time, because it is unborn, eternal, and everlasting. Okay. Anybody wish to chant this shloka? So we are part and parcel of the Lord. The property of the Lord, the Satchitanand. Krishna is always Satchitanand, right? Full of knowledge, eternal and blissful. Because we are part and parcel of the Lord, we have also that little quality of it. Okay. 2.22. Vasam sijirnani yatha vihaya नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि समयाति नवानि देहे. So this boy, no, he slipped from in this mud, and his clothes are dirty. Will he stay there forever like that? He'll go
No,
and change. No, he'll go and take bath and he'll change his clothes. No. Similarly, when the body is useless, the what happens? The body goes to, the soul goes to another body. It is like changing the clothes. Okay, the body is being changed. The body keeps on changing. The soul is not changing. The soul is just moving. Okay, so it is when the body is useless, the soul throws that body and goes to another body. Similar, this like this boy changes the new clothes. So it is you can understand they keep on changing. So when it becomes useless, has a, yes, who wants to read it?
Mame,
Yes, please.
as a person puts on new garment, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones.
Yes. So this man, this who is a singer, right? Everybody must be knowing it. So what happened? Suppose he has gone to swim and he is singing, and he is wearing a nice jacket. Will you just hold his jacket, or you'll try to save him entirely?
Save him entirely.
Full, right? You'll try to save him. You'll try to hold his hand. You'll try to not only his jacket. So the body is not that important. You can't imagine that the body is only important. The soul is also important. We have to take care of the soul also, right? Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayam tapo, na shoshayati marutaha. Thus, what happens, the soul can never be cut. This is the property of the soul. Anybody wants to chant? Nainam chindanti shastrani. Shastrani is a weapon. Yes, Kashmi.
Nainam chindanti sastrani, nainam dahati pavataha, na chainam kedyanti apo, na sosyati marutaha.
Very nice. So, yes, who is reading? Yes, Kirti can read, or anybody who wants to read.
I
The
can
soul
read
can
it.
never
Yes,
be
please
cut.
read.
The soul can never be cut into pieces by any weapon, nor can be burned by fire, nor can be moistened by the water, nor withered by the wind.
Yes. So nothing will happen to the soul. The soul property is like that. It never can't be cut, it can't be burned, it is not going to become moist in the air or water. Okay. So and it is not going to fly also. It is not going to wither with the shrink with the wind also. So that is the property of the soul. So if you think that the soul is going to be, the soul is going to die, it is never going to die. It is eternal. It will always be there. The body is just there, but when the soul goes off, the body becomes like the dead person. Have you like the doll? It is dead. It doesn't do any activity. Soul only gives chetana to the body. O son of Kunti, either what happens if you, Arjuna is saying no, there is no enjoyment. So Krishna is saying, why is there no enjoyment? When you win, what will happen? You will rule this entire kingdom. And if you lose also, what will happen? Because you have fought for your kingdom and you are doing it for the kingdom, and that too you are in the right religious, you are right in the right track. For a dharma you are fighting, definitely you will go to the higher planets, no? So in both the situation, if you die also, you'll go to heavenly planets, and if you are winning also, you are going to rule this entire kingdom. So both way you have win-win situation. So you don't have to give up, or you have to think about it. You are not doing any you are saying that there is no enjoyment. Why there is no enjoyment? You are going to get kingdom, or you are going to go to heavenly planets. Therefore, get up and fight with determination. Arjuna, Krishna is telling this to Arjuna in 2.37. So go and fight, Arjuna. Krishna is saying. If you lose also, what will happen? If you die also, because once somebody is losing in the war, what happens? Somebody is going to kill them. then in that case he'll go to the heavenly planets, right? And here he will enjoy there in that kingdom. Heavenly, he'll enjoy, everything is there in that kingdom. And if he wins in this material world, he'll get the crown. He is going to become the king, or his brother is going to become the king, so he'll be happy, right? So they both the situation you're going to be in a yes, Shlok.
Ma'am,
Read.
if soul has no birth and no death, how
Wait.
it come to existence?
I didn't hear you, sorry. Yes.
Means, एक second, ma'am. If soul has no birth or no death, then how it comes to an existent?
Yeah, it is, Krishna has created it, no? There is no birth for it. It is part and parcel of the Lord only. Krishna was always there, okay? It is not that Krishna has got, see, he takes some, he comes in some incarnations, he comes in that way. He takes, somebody has his parents, somebody who wish to become the father or mother of Krishna, the Lord, they are blessed with it. It is not that Krishna was born on that day. Krishna appears because he was already there. He doesn't have any mother, father. He is the Adi Purusha. He is the first person from whom everyone has come. The soul is also like that only. The soul was already created. It is there in Krishna. It is coming out, okay? So it is eternal. But it goes into the body, the soul keeps on having lot of desire. Suppose in this life I am something, okay, I am some person, yeah, I have yeah, I think somebody is please mute yourself somewhere, okay. So what happens, I have certain desire which is there in my soul. I keep on having it. It is there, it is accumulated, okay, and in next life I become something else. So that desire which I had in this life, it carries to that body, that soul also, like the flower, the fragrance which is there, it is carried, no, it goes to all the places. Similarly, it has been carried, the desire is carried to another life. There also some desire I may carry. So everything goes on to the another life in that way, okay. So we have so much of thing inside us. Because of that, our heart is not that purified. To cleanse our heart, we need to do bhakti. Only then it is going to get purified. It was eternal and it is always going to be there. Your enemies will describe. What is Krishna saying? If you don't fight, because Arjuna was a great warrior, he has to fight because he has to become a role model. He's a role model for everyone. And if he doesn't fight, what will happen? People will call him that he was a coward, and they'll talk about his abilities. They'll laugh at him, and if there's something they say in front of him, he'll feel bad. No, he'll feel it is so painful that he'll feel, oh my God, why I did this, and he'll regret, and he will think about. So he has to become he is a role model. He can't do like that. Krishna is saying your enemies, if somebody is enemies, if you don't like somebody and that person, will you like something bad happens in front of that person? You feel very bad, no? You feel very sad about it. Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So similarly, when Arjuna will be described with something wrong words by the enemies, he'll feel good. He won't feel good, no, because he's a very powerful person that time. And if somebody is calling him some coward and all, will he like it? No. So he'll feel very painful. So what could be more painful for you? So Krishna is telling him, guiding him in the right direction. Okay. Neha bikarma nastosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So here Krishna is saying, in this endeavor, when you are doing bhakti, whatever you do, if you do little also, there is no loss. Okay. If you are doing some bhakti, in that you have taken up some steps. Suppose there are hundreds of steps, and if you have taken 5 steps, Krishna in the next life, and unfortunately you just leave this body and you're going to some other body, you are going to advance from 6 steps. Already you have taken 5 steps, no? So you are always in a win-win situation when you do bhakti, right? So you are going to get something good only. There is no loss in this endeavor. Whatever you do, yes, Anvi?
Ma'am, can you please explain this shloka?
Yes. नेहाभिकर्मणस्तोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रयते महतो भया. If you do something for Krishna, like suppose in this life you become a doctor, okay, and next life again are you being called like a doctor, or you have to go through the same education process again? You have to go to your junior kg, senior kg, first standard, and you have to complete your graduation, then your some then only you will go and you will be called as a doctor, no, again in the next life. Yes or no?
Yes, Guru.
So definitely, because you have studied in last life something, okay, you have done some bhakti, that would not be lost. Here it has been said it is not been lost. Some advancement if you do here, you from your next life, if you will continue from the place you have stopped, not from the place where from the first point. Okay, like you want to run, you will have to start from once again for the race, right? It is not that, oh, okay, I have completed 100 kilometers, now I can start from 101 kilometers. In this material life it is not possible. Again you will have to start from the first one, right? But in bhakti there is one advantage, little also if you do for Krishna, for the Lord, God is not going to get, it is not never going to get wasted. You are going to get advanced, you will get something in return, and you're just going to go ahead from there. You are not going to come back. So little also here one who had done some small work, for that Sri Ram had rewarded it. Okay, what it did, it actually all of them were building the Setu, right? You all know that Sri Ram had to go to Lanka, that's why a Setu was built, and all of them were writing Sri Ram on small on the rocks, and they were writing, and the rock was floating. Yes.
What is Setu?
This is the bridge which they developed. You all know, right? To go to Lanka, what did they do? How did they go with the chopper? How did they go?
Ma'am, they built a bridge along.
Yes, they built a Setu, no? That is the bridge which they built, right? So with that runway, they built Setu, that just by putting the stone, heavy stone. If you put something on the water, what happens usually? Everything goes inside the water. No, it doesn't float. Very light object may float, the wood and all. But this was stone. But only by writing the name of the Lord, it was floating on that water. And even it was also trying to help, and it was also trying to put some stones on the bridge. So Sri Ram also felt very happy, and he just put the mark on his body. So there is 3 marks on that body. So something if they do, there is no loss. Like Sri Hanumanji, he has done so much. Till now we keep on chanting about whenever we think about Hanumanji, what comes to us? Shri Ram, always Hanumanji say Jai Shri Ram. No, we'll just conclude in a while. Just wait for a yes.
Hanuman has done so much for Sri Ram. That's why
Yes.
Ram gave him the Vardhan of being immortal.
Yes. So always there. He's always there. In Kali Yuga, what is the dharma we have to do? We have to chant the holy name of the Lord, because we are in this Kali Yuga. We are having lot of difficulties to memorize. Our memory is short. Our lifespan is less. So this is the only dharma which we can do. That is chanting the holy name. Many of the in many countries, Bhagavad Gita is being taken up very seriously. They are taking it very nicely and doing it for kids also. Here the subject is compulsory for Dutch students, right? So are we this body? Do you think you're just this
Ma'am,
body?
we are the spirit soul.
Yes. And where is the soul situated?
I'm in the heart.
Can you see that?
Ma'am.
And what is the size of the soul? 1 by 10,000 of the tip of, if you take a hair and if you see the tip of the hair and if you cut it for 1,000 parts, if you take that and cut it into 1,000 parts, that is the size of the soul. So you can't see it, okay? So we are not this body, we are spirit soul. The soul moves from one body to
Another.
another. So if you do little also for the Lord, what happens? It is never lost. Okay. So it is always going to be there forever. So anyone has any doubt, I'll just share the link, okay, for attendance in the group, in the WhatsApp group. You not for attendance, we don't have attendance this time. For quizzes, you can, yesterday also I had shared, no, you all can take the quizzes, you can register for the quiz and then you can take it, okay. Devaki and Vasudev are their parents, no, they yeah, they had worshipped and they had worshipped for 2,000 years, almost 2,000 years, and then Krishna was blessed, Krishna blessed them and he appeared as their son, okay. Yes, yes, Jana.
Ma'am, can you send the quiz link in the WhatsApp?
Yes, yes, I'll share it today. Don't worry. Okay. You all can take the quizzes. We'll wind up. Vancha kalpatarubhashya kripa sindhu bhayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo nama ananta koti vaishnavanta ki jai. Hari Hari bol. God bless you all. Please try to take the quizzes, first and second chapter. We'll meet again tomorrow. I'll share the PDF also in the group. Okay. Okay. See you all. Hare Krishna.
Ma'am, can you also
Can
share
you,
the quiz?
Yes, yes, I'll share the quiz link today in the
Hare
WhatsApp.
Krishna.
Hare
Can
Krishna.
you share? Can you share the prayers with
Yes,
the
yes,
audio link
yes, yes. Okay, you
in the
want the
WhatsApp?
which the prayers for Om Ajnana Timirandasa. Okay, I'll try to share that. Okay. See you all.
Okay, with the
Hare
audio
Krishna.
link.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.